This will be a welcome, viewers, to the Man Cave Media Network and the Down East Prep Report with Chris Miller. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, we're
Man, I'm seeing you like every other day now.
I come here for the free food.
I know you do. So this is the Down East Prep Report brought to you by Marine Federal Credit Union. I'm your host, Steve Goodson, and along with Chris Miller, we're joined this week by two sets of coaches and two standout players. First, we're going to talk with Dixon's head coach Kelly Davis and standout senior JJ Gulat. And also, later on, we've got White Oak head coach Jonathan Byrd and standout senior Edric Pineda. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. So we're going to start off real quick, and we're going to recap last week's first-round games. Then we're going to talk to JJ and Coach Davis about the season, about the playoffs, and what's ahead. We'll preview the upcoming week's action, this Friday night's action, which we have everybody. We had, 4 teams last week got buys, or 5 teams got buys last week?
We had 4.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, Croatan, East Duplin,
and Northside. Okay. So we'll be going over those games as well as White Oak and Dixon, who won. Is that the only two that won from us?
Yep.
All right. So that worked out well. The two teams that won are here. And then following that, we'll sit down with Edric and Coach Byrd, and we'll talk about all things Viking football. So Friday Night Lights are coming. It's local football, and it's all right here on the Down East Prep Report. And again, we want to thank our show sponsor, which is Marine Federal Credit Union. At Marine Federal, you're more than just a member. You're part of a community with personalized service, competitive rates, and a commitment to your goals. Marine Federal is here to help you thrive every step of the way. Visit marinefederal.org to learn more and discover how Marine Federal Credit Union can help you build a better financial future. So we're going to kick things off and look at last week's action, and we're going to start with the player of the week, and that's brought to you by Jason Humphrey of Down East Heating and Air. And surprise! We actually have twins. Coach, you can see right there, we got twins in the house.
There you go.
JJ Gulat. So JJ, senior, I put quarterback, senior athlete. How about that? Dixon High School, Dixon 58, Rockingham County 50, double overtime. So in the double overtime win in the first round of the 5A state playoffs, Gulat had 36 carries for 429 yards. That's a pretty good. While I'm saying this, will you take 429 and divide it by 36 and tell me what, or can you tell me what that is off the hand?
Well, yeah. What is the math on that?
You're a number. Yeah.
He probably knows.
11 points.
11. Yeah.
Hey, he's got that memorized.
Exactly. If I rush for 429 yards, I think I would have it memorized too. 7 rushing TDs. That's for the game, not for the season. 7 rushing TDs. Now for the season, this is amazing, bud. And all credit goes to obviously your coach and the offensive line. Of course, you're carrying the ball, but now you've rushed for 3,100 yards, which, if I'm not mistaken, leads the state of North Carolina, and pretty up there for the nation. I'm making assumptions, but since it's our show, we're going to make assumptions that it is way up there.
He'll be number 1 in our books.
Yeah, you're number 1 in our books. So, and with the win, and the bigger thing, not to discount your individual honors, man, but and I know you feel the same way. The bigger thing is Dixon celebrated its first football playoff victory in school history. So you could have rushed for those yards and lost, and that'd been great, but you wanted the victory, right? Yeah. Pull the mic a little bit closer to you, and now say it again.
Yeah, that's the most important thing every week is winning.
That's perfect. So great performance, Coach. Congratulations again. I said congratulations, all fair, for the first victory, and that's a momentum builder, right?
Absolutely. A lot of excitement around the school, and we'll try to keep building on it this week.
That's awesome.
And like Coach told me yesterday, grown men were crying after the game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, I know a lot of Dixon graduates, folks that have attended school there. In fact, I've had cousins that have gone to school there, and yeah, man, that's an awesome feat. feat for the school, feat for the community. It's just, it's awesome. So again, Player of the Week, JJ Gulat from Dixon High School, sponsored by Down East Heating and Air Conditioning. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986, with locations in Jacksonville, Wilmington, and North Myrtle Beach. Down East is the #1 Bryant dealer of the Carolinas. Home, office, garage, man cave, and yes, even a basement. Down East has the perfect system to help you stay comfortable during the football season. Head over to downeastheating.com and let Down East put their talents to work for you. All right, so let's get to the recap real quick of the games from last week. So we have really quickly first round action in the 5A bracket. Havelock 47, conference foe Richland 0. I'm going to go through these, and actually I do have a quick recap, but we're not going to have the rapid fire because I wanted to try to get Coach and JJ in and out. So Havelock overwhelmed Richlands with explosive plays on offense, defense, and special teams in a one-sided playoff opener. Dixon 58, again, Rockingham County 50 in 2 overtimes. JJ rushed for 429 yards and 7 touchdowns to lead Dixon to its first ever playoff win, a 2-time overtime thriller. White Oak 32. You told me 33 before, but it's 32. Yeah, no, I'll keep you. It's all right. White Oak 32, Eastern Guilford 22. Josh Smith led the White Oak Vikings to its first playoff win since 2004, accounting for 3 touchdowns and a balanced offensive showcase. Southwest Edgecombe 50, Southwest Onslow 0. Southwest Onslow's offense never found a rhythm as Southwest Edgecombe rolled behind a fast start and a stingy defense. Northampton County 50, Lejeune 7. Lejeune showed early fight but couldn't sustain it as Northampton pulled away in the second half for a convincing win. And then in all those letters like NCIA, AA2, whatever, the Christian Conference championship game, Sandhills Classic Christian 22, Liberty 6. Liberty Christian's title hopes faded late as Sandhills defense held strong, ending the heat season in the 8-man conference title. And Coach, we talked about the 8-man deal when you were here previously. I know enough now to be dangerous about 8-man football. So anything you want to know, I can tell you, or I can make something up.
Just trying to figure out, can you still run power?
I would think you could. I mean, that's what they spread the ball out. The Liberty spreads the ball out, but they spread the ball out a lot of times to run the ball. So it's not necessarily power. But
not the same.
But they are running the ball. Yeah. So all right. We're going to move to
move to the stars.
Okay. Any comments about the recaps?
Oh, no, just the Richlands. I think they had 1 first down in the first half, and that was on a penalty. Again, congratulations to the Dixon Bulldogs. A big emotional win. I talked to you guys the other day before practice about that, and could really tell that meant a lot. And because I remember years past where Dixon football couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time,
yeah, exactly.
And went many years without. Couldn't establish a competitive program. So good for that community for further support for you guys and what you guys are able to do. And then a big win for the White Oak Vikings. Coach Byrd and I talked earlier this morning about what that meant to the Vikings. So it's been 21 years. He was 2004, and then now they're hoping for their first third round trip since his senior year. So it's
Man, and did they have iPad? They didn't have iPads back then, I don't think. They probably had did they have cell phones?
I think they might have cell phones, but did they have internet back then?
I don't know if they had internet. Well, I don't know if Al Gore had invented the internet yet at that.
And Netflix.
That's right.
And Netflix came through the mail.
Yeah, Netflix came with the little disc, right? So, all right, let's move on. So it's been a history-making season in Holly Ridge, with Dixon High School's football team led by head coach Kelly Davis and senior standout JJ Gulat, as well as many other senior standouts and underclassmen, has earned the program's first ever playoff victory and basically shattered records, right? While Coach Davis has guided the Bulldogs through a culture shift built on toughness, belief, and leadership, JJ's explosive plays and relentless drive have made him one of the top rushers not only in the state of North Carolina, but in the nation. Thank you guys for joining us today, and we're going to hop in and talk about this season, what this season means to you guys, the team, the community, and the future of Dixon football. So I'm gonna go back and forth just to try to create a narrative, and then I've got the you've experienced the rapid fire. I'm gonna let JJ take the rapid fire on his own. And remember, just talking to the mic. Coach Davis, we're gonna start with you. You've seen JJ grow over the past couple seasons into one of the most dominant running backs in the state. What's it been like watching the development up close?
You know, we were just talking about it. We've talked about it for the last couple of weeks, that when I first got here, JJ was a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And he we were in camp, and one of the coaches was like, let's take a look at JJ being a running back. So I was all open to everything. So JJ got over there and started running the ball, and we're like, he's got some real potential. And I just remember his sophomore year, he played JV, and he really ran with a lot of determination, and Coach Bobby and I saw it, and we were like, man, this is going to be something we can hang our hat on in the future right here.
So, and I'm sorry, we're going to refresh my memory. This is your third year here. So your first year he played JV.
He did. He was a 10th grader. He playing JV. This whole group right now that's seniors, they really bought into what we were doing that first year when they were in the JV season, and it's just grown from there. And
I think it does a lot of justice for kids to parents, especially sometimes are real. They're real. I don't want to say aggressive, but hey, let my kid play varsity. Let my kid play varsity. And if the kid's good enough to play varsity, not saying that JJ wasn't and the other kids wasn't, but to me, my daughter was very similar, playing volleyball her freshman year. She was asked to play varsity by the coach. And I told the coach, I said, look, man, it would do you a lot better justice next year, the following year, if she gets reps, if she's out there every play. Yep. and not maybe half the game or something like that. And it's about getting reps and being on the field, right? I
think that's the second part of the story is last season as a junior, he always reminds me of this. He was third on the depth chart, as the running back behind some guys.
Yeah.
And we had a couple of injuries early in the season, and JJ went in and started running the ball and had 100 yards rushing, and I don't know, Wally Pip, whatever you want to call it, but JJ took the position, and he never looked back after that. He became the guy.
That's a great story. And folks watching on TV or on the internet on YouTube, you're going to see a little puppy floating around here. That's Millie. She's the show mascot. We'll go anywhere where there's food. So we've had food around. So anyway, if you see her, sorry, hope she doesn't bother you, and I hope it doesn't detract. But she's been doing it the whole year. So
good mascot.
Yeah.
I've wondered why our ratings went up.
That's exactly. So JJ, when you look back on that journey from switching a position early in your career to now rushing for over 3,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, what do those numbers mean to you? But more importantly, I don't want to say more, but more importantly, the Dixon football program.
I think it means a lot. I mean, I've always been one to wherever I go, I want to be a helping hand in winning games. So I always told him before the season started, I'm going to do anything I can to help this team win games. And I think the numbers show that I'll go out there and do anything to win for this team because they mean everything to me.
We've joked around a lot on this show, and I have a Sunday night show called 2 Minutes Six Pack. We talk college football, but we recap stuff about high school. Man, when games get over, I mean, you carry the ball quite a bit. You spend time in the ice bath, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much you and the ice bath have been one during the season, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Coach, the double overtime playoff win, first in school history, felt like a defining moment, I think, in my opinion. What did that moment say about this group's growth, belief in one another, and just how far you guys have come, not only in 3 years, but Dixon football in many years?
I think it's just been the culmination of the whole program of the growth since year one.
Yep.
You know, we've set some foundations of what we want our team to be, and Friday night just kind of culminated in our whole season. I mean, we started the season with an overtime win versus Topsail. We won 3 or 4 in a row after that, and then we played a really tough stretch of Havelock and Northside and Richlands. Our conference, to me, is one of the tougher conferences in 5A, and you know, we were down 14 with 9:03 left in the game Friday night, and I just started walking the sideline saying, "Seniors, this one's on us now. We got to figure this one out, and we got to get there." And it was just, I know everybody talks about JJ and our rushing, but I got to give our defense and my entire staff a lot of credit for we made a couple of adjustments in the fourth quarter, and we were able to get 3 stops in those last 9 minutes, and one of them, I think they were down around our 25 or 26-yard line. And instead of kicking a field goal, they went for it on 4th down, and we were able to get a stop. And offensively, we were able to – they took away some of the stuff we were doing in the night, but they didn't take away JJ. It was kind of odd. They wasn't going to let us run outside or run our counter play off of anything, but they didn't make many adjustments for JJ. But it was just incredible. I mean, getting to overtime, you're always thinking about the situations. We went on defense first. They scored and got their conversion, and then we went on offense and tied it back up. And then, you know, you flip it, and we were on offense first for the second overtime, and JJ got tough running up inside, and he got in and got the 2-point conversion. And then we went out on defense, and we had a huge play on 1st down that one of our sophomores made a great play in the backfield and kind of put them behind the sticks a little bit. And they had to throw the ball from there. It was 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13 from the 13, and our DBs made some great plays at the end, knocked the ball away, and just to see the celebration and kind of that, it was a big just relief of, you know, I don't know, I guess 40 years of Dixon football,
dude,
and
man,
just being like a big exhale of, wow, this is what it's like, you know, to do it.
That is man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So JJ, that night, 429 yards, 7 touchdowns. That same night in Gibsonville, North Carolina, White Oak's Josh Smith was running for close to 200 yards, and he accounted for 3 touchdowns. Chris wrote an article, a piece where he describes you and Josh. Basically talks about you guys and singled you guys out as 2 seniors who literally put your teams on your backs. When you hear your name mentioned alongside other players like Josh Smith, great, you know, he's just one of many great. You know, I was telling, not to get diverted, we just had a lot of really good, outstanding performances this year by individuals and by teams. But when you hear your name mentioned alongside someone like Josh about doing something similar, putting, you know, the team on the back, and being a leader, what does that mean to you, man?
It means a lot. I mean, as he said, starting off my junior year, not knowing if I was really going to play much, the journey that I've come to and the road that I've had to go down to get to this point, it just means so much to me. It's still hard to believe sometimes when I really sit there and think about it, but it means a lot. As I said, I'd do anything to help this team win, and I love seeing everybody celebrate. Like, every time we win, it's just amazing. So
that's awesome.
Keep on doing it.
So I'm sure it is probably like you're saying, you kind of can't, I don't say can't believe, but it's like, wow, this is happening to me. I'm sure when you hop into ice bath on Saturday or Friday night, it probably hits home, right? It hits home how hard you went, because I mean you go hard, man. So yeah, that's great. And I'm gonna stay with you. You credited your offensive line and coaches for setting the tone. What makes this group so special, and how do you guys keep that chemistry going week after week?
I mean, it all starts at practice. You know, having great practices is one of the biggest factors. It'll always help during games. We go by, you know, having really good practices makes Fridays easier. So having a really good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when we get to Friday, it's just like we've already done it. We've already went hard the whole week. It should be a piece of cake from there.
You put into work during the week, and Friday's just a cherry on top, right? I mean, that's a great way to look at it, man. That's a great way to look at it. Coach, the offense this year has been electric. At one point during the season, you were averaging over 10 yards per carry. So I do know that. I think I got that from you, actually. What makes the single wing, and I asked you this before, what makes the single wing click so well, and how do you keep opponents from keying in on it? And I think, and I want to know this because you said just a couple minutes ago, you said they were content, that they were set on taking your outside runs in. So talk a little bit about the single wing and everything associated with that.
You know, I guess first off is that you just don't see it quite as much. Everybody's spread or ISO, you know, and things like that. So I think it starts naturally with our formations and things that we can get into. But we got tremendous athletes. I mean, JJ does get a lot of the run, but we also have another running back that's over 1,000 yards rushing.
Delaney.
Sean Delaney.
Yeah, Sean Delaney.
Yep, is there. And then we got probably probably the most unselfish player is our two-back who just goes in there, Shondell Parker. He does a lot of blocking for JJ, but he's also capable of having a 100-yard night, you know, off of running the ball for us as well. So, and then you got the big guy up front, which is our three-back, which is our fullback, who, you know, he gets the ball occasionally, and the next thing you know, he's running 50 yards down the field because everybody's trying to figure out who has the ball.
And his name is
that's Cooper Lanier.
Yeah.
Number
and
71.
How big is he?
Cooper's 6'1", about 205.
Okay, 205. I was going to say if he was like 250 or 260 for him to run 50 yards. Yeah, that would be. Trust me.
Yeah. He's another one that you know he's important for us. We run power. You know, that's our signature play, and he's the kick out block. So he's blocking the first guy, you know, outside. So that's another position that, you know, it doesn't get a lot of credit or stats, but is very important for what we do. So. You know, this year we got a lot of athletes. I mean, and of course it starts up front with our offensive line. Those guys are just something else. I mean, you talk about just blue collar, come to work every day and ready to get after it. You know, it doesn't matter. We talk about, you know, hey, this opponent's going to be 6'4", 250, and, you know, they're 270 across the front or whatever. Yeah. And our guys are like, okay, let's go to work.
What do you average across the front? I mean, or what do you go?
We're probably. With everybody, we're probably 240 across the front.
Okay.
So we're okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
We got two big tackles, you know, that we consider an inside and an outside tackle, and those guys are 260-ish.
Okay.
You know, kind of deal. But then we got one guard that's probably 185. You know, we call him our quick guard.
Yeah.
He's about JJ size, really playing guard, but tough as nails. You know, and then our center's about the same, about 190.
Okay.
You know, off there. So we're not huge by no means, but technique-wise, Coach Bobby Williams does a terrific job getting us prepared and blocking, and our scheme is what we do, and we're not going to vary from it. I don't know, JJ can probably pick it because we have 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, you know, and we call timeout and we talk about it, and I always put it to the players and say, what do you want to run? And it never fails. They always come back and say they want to run power.
The power. So it sounds like one of the keys as well is you have a lot of versatility in the backfield. I mean, if somebody does try to key on JJ, Sean can potentially run it, but also and I'm sorry, his name escapes me. I'll just say your blocking back.
Yep.
Parker.
Okay. Yeah. Parker. What grade is he? What grade is he?
Seniors.
They're all seniors. Okay. So next year you'll be looking for a refresh backfield. Okay.
Be in there.
Well, I mean, that's part of, you know, you building it, man. That's part of it.
That's it.
JJ, you're one of the senior team leaders. How do you balance those physical demands, carrying the ball 30-plus times a game at least, and mental demands? And what kind of example do you try to set for your teammates on and off the field?
Yeah, I just want everybody to be the best person that they can, you know, whether it's on the football field or off. I know not everybody's destined to go to college for football or even more than that, so they've kind of taught me, like listening to them, that it's really important to be a great person off the field, and leads out to be a great father and a great husband and stuff like that. So I think that's really important because, being a good person on and off the field is just something not everybody can do. So being able to teach people that and help them become that is really important.
Yeah.
Really good.
And I'm sure coach has told you guys, and sure he's coaching football, but man, he's coaching life. He's building football players, but he's building young men, man, and that's the important part of this thing. Coach, leadership has clearly been a huge part of this turnaround. Who are the voices in the locker room that really set the standard and hold everyone accountable?
In the past, we had a leadership council, and the players would kind of vote on who they wanted, to kind of be the leaders in those guys. And this year, just watching them all come through, we really don't even have that right now. But if you have to, JJ is the main, he's the heartbeat and he's the voice of the program. Logan Copeland is another one, kind of an unsung hero. He does anything we ask him to do, special teams, defense, offense. He'll go, but he's also kind of he's the driver of the weight room, making sure everybody's on time, dressed appropriately.
That's awesome.
He has them doing wall sits or push-ups. If the bell rings and they're not in there getting their pull-ups in already, he's the guy that's enforcing everything off that. And then I think these guys just carry themselves so well in the building and on the football field that it's really just everybody's just kind of falling in line. It's like the ducks, they just get in the V formation and they fly it and that's it. But if you really come down, JJ, Logan Copeland, Shondell, those are the guys that really said it. And then our offensive linemen of Parker Woolley and Cooper Lanier and Caden Sanders. All those guys, they really they want to be there for each other and they want to do whatever they can do to win. That's awesome.
Man, that's great. Yep. JJ, with all you've achieved this year and the team's success, what's next for you on the field and off the field?
Off the field, it's definitely college. Yeah, I got to go get my education just in case football is not for me in the future. I always got to have that backup, so I'm going to go to college and try and take the road of personal finances along those lines, real estate. And then on the field, obviously college football, I'm going to go try and do my best and see if football can take me to where I want to go.
Have been talking to schools? What's you want to kind of give us the latest of where you are right now, or can you tell?
I've talked to schools and everything. I don't have any offers, but still talk to schools. It's still middle of the season, so giving it time, but
he's being modest.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is.
He just went to Bluefield College.
Nice.
And got a game day experience on the field, talked to the offensive coordinator up there. He got invited to Fayetteville State. He went to UNC Charlotte. So he has some things that are working.
Come on, man. You got to listen. I know it's a team, but there's times when it's got to be a little bit about you too. So, man, that's awesome. Congratulations. With that, that's amazing. And I'm looking forward to, we're starting a show next year, the beginning of next year, called Homegrown. And it's going to be about, kids that have gone off to college and are playing football in college or playing athletics in college, not just football, but they're born and raised here or grew up here, played high school athletics in Onslow County and the area, and they've gone off and they're, now they're furthering their abilities in college, and we're going to have folks come in and talk to us about their experience, the recruiting experience, going off to college and just the college experience. We've got some football players lined up. We've got some softball players lined up. We've got a golfer lined up. So maybe we'll bring JJ back next year and talk to him about it. So, Coach, last thing, as you look ahead, the next playoff challenge and the future of this program, what's your message been to the team after Friday? You got to come back down to reality. Hey, we got to play now. So what's been the message to the team? But also, what's been the message, whether it's spoken or unspoken, to the Dixon community about where you guys are headed, man?
Well, you know, obviously we wanted to enjoy what the success of Friday night. So we had the weekend, you know, to get prepared, you know, and let the players enjoy that. You know, as a coach, I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed Saturday. I did, I really did. And but you're always starting to look forward to the next week because there's that next opportunity. But you know, Sunday we you know, I turned the page, and you know, Monday we came in to weight training, and I was really just shocked that our players are like, "Yeah, coach, we did it. Now let's get ready for Friday night."
That's awesome.
You know, kind of thing. So it was really incredible. The community, I can't say a thank you enough for everything that the community's done. We were talking about on the ride over here of how loud it was to be 4 hours away, you know, and our crowd was on their feet.
So did they travel well?
We traveled very well.
That's awesome, man.
And that last series in overtime was as loud as, you know, as we've heard. Our home games this year have been electric. You know, they have been we don't have enough stands really, you know, on Friday night. They're 2 and 3 deep.
What a great problem.
Around,
yeah, great problem.
And you can tell, like, you know, to me, having these 2 weeks of playoff practices, we got some 9th and 10th graders that are out there practicing with us right now, and it's like an additional spring practice for them. And they see now the standard is, hey, we do our best, and we're going to go try to win, and we're going to try to keep the playoffs now. We're not just happy making the playoffs now. We want to advance and go deep in the playoffs. And,
well, I'll tell you, it's been just, you know, obviously growing up here, Chris covering sports here and growing up here, Dixon traditionally has had some really good baseball teams. Really, they've had soccer teams that have made deep runs. Wrestling, volleyball, the girls' volleyball teams, girls' softball teams have done well. The community has waited a long time for this, man. So I mean, it's awesome. I got rapid fire for him. You got something that you want to?
Just quickly, I was gonna, you know, when I came by and visited you guys, you know, on Monday, and spoke with Parker Woolley and, you know, and JJ, of course, and of course, you know, we can make you know, JJ and other guys will make the all heart team. Yeah. Parker can make the all quotable team because he's you know, he says some really good things. And but I remember when he was standing right next to JJ and. I was getting them to talk about each other, and he kind of gave, you know, put his arm around JJ, and so even then he was trying to, you know, block for him and protect him. So
exactly.
So that, I mean, that's what it's all about, and it really speaks highly of how they think of him and how he thinks of them as well.
That's great. All right, buddy, here we go. This is on you. I'm gonna flip the camera and stay on you from now. So here we go. Rapid fire. Favorite pregame meal.
Cracker Barrel.
Nice. One song you play in the locker room to get you pumped.
Out for Vengeance.
Who sings that?
J. Breezy.
Okay. If you weren't playing football, what sport would you be playing instead?
Basketball.
Funniest guy in the locker room. I think I asked Coach this, but I want to get your thoughts. Funniest guy in the locker room.
Either me or Zayden Larson.
Okay. Dream college to visit, or one you've already visited for recruiting, or just a dream school.
LSU or Tennessee.
Okay. Maybe you can help pick the coach at LSU. Early morning workout or late night grind.
Done it before. Early morning workout.
Okay. If you could have any superpower on the field, what would it be?
Super speed.
All right. What is one thing most people don't know about you off the field? Hobby, something, I don't know. What you think?
It's rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Right? We'll come back now.
The pronunciation, how to pronounce
his name. How about that? If you could play with or against any athlete, past or present, who would it be?
I would want to play with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, that's a pretty good guy to look up to. He's having a great year, potential MVP of the NFL this year. Last one. One word to describe Dixon Bulldog football.
perseverance.
Awesome. Anything else, Coach?
No, I'm just.
I call you Coach. I don't know why I call you Coach. But I do.
Look, I've been called a lot.
You've been
worse,
called a lot worse. Anything else,
especially when I
Mr.
make my
Miller?
predictions.
That's right. Okay, we're going to get to your predictions. Anything else for them?
No, I just think it's like I've said before. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I remember when, again, I mean, Dixon had some long losing streaks, and it really weighed on people, and so it is neat to see Dixon find success, and Coach, correct me if I'm wrong. Did that loss to Richlands that kind of maybe refocus the guys?
It did. I told Richlands they really just kicked our tail after the game. Like they really, got after us early, and we just didn't play our best, and that starts with me. But yeah, it definitely got us refocused. And again, so much credit around this area. I mean, the Jacksonville area for football, I mean, you got to be ready to play every week, because there's great coaching and there's great athletes around here, and you got to be ready.
Well, and I'll take that as this man knows. He's from Georgia, and he's been around really good football, high school football, college football, so he knows. So I think that's a pretty big testament to Onslow County and this area. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Listen, safe travels first. Best of luck on Friday night. We're going to be pulling for you guys, and can't wait to see how everything shakes out. So, congratulations on the great season. But it's not over with yet, right?
Absolutely.
All right, congratulations. So we're going to switch things out real quick. They're going to leave us, and we're going to have Jonathan Byrd, Coach Byrd, and Edric Pineda come in, and going to take their spot, and then we're going to do some predictions. So folks watching, give us a couple minutes.
Because JJ's got English class.
He's got English class he's got to get to. All right.
It's okay that he misses PE, but
Right, got to get the English.
All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll switch out real quick. Everybody, hang tight. We're going to switch out and let them come in. Coach, thank you so much.
JJ,
Appreciate it.
thanks for coming, man. Good luck.
JJ, good luck. Good luck tonight, Friday night, man.
Thanks a lot.
I'll text you Friday night.
Good.
All right, we got
More food over there too.
Yeah, grab some food for you guys on the way out. Make it to go play. We got Jonathan Byrd and Edric Pineda. I'm just gonna say Edric, man. We got them coming in, and we're gonna go over your stuff first. Yeah, we're gonna go over your stuff first. So while either place you want to sit, Coach, and just get the mic up and down adjusted, and Edric, you can get the mic up and down adjusted. While they're getting situated, I'm gonna tell you that interview was brought to you by the SIA Group. For more than 50 years, SIA Group has provided protection beyond insurance, helping families, businesses, and communities preserve what matters most. They believe insurance isn't just about policy, it's about people. That's why SIA Group is committed to supporting local businesses and giving back to the communities they serve. Learn more at siagroup.com/prep report. So, all right. So we got you guys getting settled and situated.
And is this Bird's first?
This is his first time on the couch. He's been at the table.
He's been a friend of the show.
Yeah, he's been a friend of the show previously.
We gotta get Bo Williams back on.
And we get Bo.
He gave us a hard time about not.
Yeah, I called crap because Bo had to sit at the table. He didn't get to sit on the couch. So
He's the picture of personality.
Bo? Yeah, exactly. Edric, give me a mic check real quick, man.
Hello.
That's right. Good. You're just like that. So before we get talking to you guys, we're going to go over the playoffs, second round of playoffs, and we're going to start with the 6A playoffs, and we're going to start with Harnett Central, number 16 seed. 7-4 at number 1 Jacksonville, 9-0. Just a quick take: Jacksonville rested and reloaded after a bye, and pressure from its senior-led defense could decide this one. Question for you, Chris: can Jacksonville's pass rush disrupt Harnett Central's deep passing game before it gets rolling?
It can and it should, but they will need to apply pressure because the secondary will be tested pretty early. But secondary is pretty decent, but they will have to. Blake Moses and some of those guys will have to apply some pressure.
Okay, how much will the bye week rest and preparation advantage show early in this game?
I think it did Jacksonville good. I think they needed to maybe rest some injuries and recoup some injuries and just work on some fine detail things. So I know most coaches don't really care to have like a first round bye, but if you're Jacksonville, it was good to kind of get that first round bye.
All right, Edric, you got some fans out there watching because they told me. I don't know if you can see on the thing there, but it says "Great mic check, Edric." So you're already crushing it, man. And I haven't asked you any questions yet. All right, number 18, White Oak, 5-6. At number 2, Northern Nash, 9-1. Quick take: White Oak rides emotional momentum after its first round playoff win in more than 20 years. But Northern Nash's power run game may be too much. Can Josh Smith and Montez Jimenez keep White Oak's offense balanced against a powerful Northern Nash defense?
Well, they can. You guys have shown it throughout the season, and obviously you guys and Coach. I mean, you know this. You guys are going to have to play well to have a chance. And but like you told me earlier today, I mean, if we keep this game close in the fourth quarter, you feel like you have a chance to win the game. So who knows what can happen if the game is tight in the final 12 minutes.
How much does playoff confidence carry over for a team that hasn't been there in decades?
Well, I think that Mo will can carry you a long way.
What do you think, Coach?
Good old Robbie Ellis quote: "When a little momentum's on your side, you got a lot going for you."
That's exactly right. And the other thing too is not that but I'd rather be lucky than good sometimes. And I consider momentum kind of a luck, in that same category as luck. So I'm just going to tell you that. 5A playoffs. Number 19, Pearson, 5-6. At number 3, Northside, 8-2. I do want to say real quickly about this, and I've got some questions. Reginald Gray texted me a little while ago. He actually we got a lot of records being broke. We're going to talk about yours. You broke one for receiving yards this year as well. I mean, for single season. But Reginald set a single season passing record for Northside, 1,951 yards, single season passing record. So that's a great accomplishment for him. And he's a sophomore, right?
Yeah, and if Reginald and the Northside guys are watching and listening, we had tried to get you guys on. So maybe ask Coach Pollock.
Talk to your coach, but guys, talk to your coach.
Coach P is being a little difficult.
Yeah. So let's see. So quick take: after a frustrating loss to Havelock, Northside looks ready to reestablish dominance with a fast start and balanced offense. How much does the season-ending loss fuel Northside's urgency and intensity?
Well, they've had to stew in their own juice for 2 weeks. So that's I'm sure they weren't too happy after that loss to Havelock. Now, credit Havelock, they've gotten better throughout the season. But if you're Northside, you felt like you didn't play well in that game, and you had six turnovers, and so they're. I expect Northside to come out with a little bit of meanness to them Friday night.
Okay. 18, number 18, 6-5 Dixon. Number 2, Northeast Guilford, 8-2. JJ's historic 429 7 TD night has Dixon believing, but Northeast Guilford's stingy defense possesses a new challenge. Can Dixon's single wing offense crack a defense allowing under 12 points a game?
Well, I mean, with that different offense, I mean, it's really hard to stop. It's very hard to defend, and you only have a few days to prepare for it. So that makes it very difficult. I think Dixon will have a chance to move the ball, and at the end of the day, I do think Northeast Guilford will be a little bit too strong for them. But again, if Dixon is in the fourth quarter and it's only 7-8 point game, then who knows what can happen.
All right. And then in the 4A playoffs, number 14, North Johnson, 6-5 at number 3, East Duplin, 8-2. East Duplin's elite defense and grinding run game should control this one from the start. So I know where your prediction's going on that one. Can East Duplin's defense continue to dominate with Hall and McKinney leading the charge?
I think East Duplin takes care of business pretty early in this one. They've had 2 weeks to recover from injuries and prepare. So I think mentally and physically, East Duplin is going to take care of business. I don't think it will be a 56-0 game, but it'll be a 35-10 type of game.
Okay. So we're going to go share the screen, and we're going to go to your predictions. Coach, he made the predictions. I just let you know that. But listen, make all predictions you want. Oh, I left one game out, but that's all right. Croatan. So we'll get to that one because that's the game of the week. Second round predictions. You got Jacksonville 34, Hornet Central 14, Northern Nash 38-20. I'm on the Vikings bandwagon. We don't do here. We do it on the 2-minute 6-pack show every week. I make up point spreads for high school. I don't know if I'm a juvenile delinquent because I do that or not, but I do that every week. I take the Oak. Every week I take the Hills. I roll with them, but that's okay. We got in the 5A, we got Northside prediction 41, Pearson 21, Croatan 31-16, and I put that up there, but that's going to be the game of the week. We'll talk about that in a second. Northeast Guilford 42, Dixon 24. And then in the 4A, East Duplin 35, North Johnson
and if Coach
14.
Davis and JJ are still listening or watching, or some of the Dixon folks, they're one of the ones that say, Chris, always pick against us. They actually get mad when I picked them to win. So
I've tried to pick Chris to go against us multiple times.
It seems like it works out better, doesn't it, Coach?
Yeah, I just keep them level-headed.
That's right. That is exactly right. So we're going to look real quick. The game of the week brought to you by Golden Corral and Billy Sewell. We do have the number 20th Seaforth. I can honestly tell you, I've never heard. Where is Seaforth located? Do you know?
It's one of the newer schools.
It's one of the newer schools. Yeah, they have had success in other sports. I think girls basketball and soccer, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't really know too much about them, but they are a new school.
Okay,
or a newer school.
Well, number 20th Seaforth 6-5 at the number 4 seed Croatan Cougars 9-1. So a couple quick looks, real quick. Ground and pound. Croatan's physical run game, led by Andrew Boucher, is built to wear opponents down, especially late. Air it out early. The Hawks' passing attack has to strike fast to keep Croatan's D honest and force them out of the box. Trench battle defines it. The line of scrimmage is where this one's won. Croatan size versus Seaforth speed. Rust or rest. The Cougars had a first round bye. Will they come out fresh or a little flat early? Turnover tension. And all these were made up by Chris. These weren't made up by me. Both teams thrive off takeaways. The first INT or fumble could swing momentum big time. Second half surge. Watch Croatan's conditioning. Their power and tempo tend to take over in the second half. So anything you want to talk about?
I know Croatan. They defeated Dixon to close the regular season, and as they were won on the last in the last minute of that game. After they won, they found out that Havelock beat Northside, so they end up being in a three-way share for that conference title. So they're excited about that, and they feel like they could have played a little bit better against Northside last month, and but I think Croatan will have a chance to win a few games, and I think they'll be a dangerous team.
I'm gonna ask you because he's your buddy from college. Coach Gurley's going to have them ready, right?
Yeah, Coach Gurley's their staff is a very good football staff. Smart guys. He's going to do a good job. Whatever your weakness is, he's going to exploit it. Got a good running game. Quarterback can throw it. They're big up front. To me, his best offensive lineman last year is their defensive end now. So I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see him some in the playoffs playing H-back and some other stuff there. He was the starting center last year, and he gave me nightmares.
Okay.
He's got some guys. They're going to be prepared.
Yeah.
They're going to be solid.
And Andrew Gurley does blame you for missing a block, which led him to missing that pass.
God, I've heard so much about this. I mean, that's
9 Salisbury.
How long ago was that? Like
2004. Tropical depression. He dropped a touchdown pass. Don't blame me.
All right, so let's go to your prediction, Chris. You're predicting Croatan to win this one 31-16. So you're predicting them to move on to the third round of the state playoffs. So
and if you're Croatan basketball, you're glad those guys are taking care of business in the football playoffs. But then Cannon McBride is a
he's a stud. He is a stud. Yeah.
If they both them and Havelock take care of business, you got a rematch in the third round. Havelock Croatan.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right. Do you play basketball, Edric? Okay, because I do know that I was talking to Grimes last week, and he's
mad
like,
at me right now.
yeah, I know. Oh, I know he is. I was like, man, he's like, we're not, we're supposed to, the girls are supposed to have a game, I think, sometime this week or something.
He's trying to adjust. It's so we'll see.
Yeah. Well,
His numbers are limited.
let's
I did a
hope-
good job recruiting.
let's hope they don't play till after Thanksgiving
I
at
told him
least.
he's going to have to make plans.
That's good. Good. Well, this game of the week has been brought to you by Billy Sewell and Golden Corral. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone. Dig into the Golden Corral's famous buffet with mouth-watering wings and boneless wings in a variety of flavors. Save room for over 20 bakery and dessert selections, from chocolate and carrot cake to apple pie and their legendary banana pudding. Start your morning with breakfast at 7:30, brunch at 10, and dinner featuring carved meats at 4. And for seniors like me, you can enjoy the early bird buffet with a beverage at 1 p.m. Need to feed a crowd? They cater events from 10 to 1,000. Dine in, take out, drive through, or delivery. It's all at Golden Corral. Voted Jacksonville's #1 buffet 10 years running in the Daily News Best of the Best. That's your employer, Chris. Call 910-455-3773 or visit goldencorral.com today. So we're going to do rapid fire real quick with Chris, and then we're going to get into the interview. So these are going to be rapid fires based on the games coming up. Jacksonville High School, and you guys are more than welcome to answer if there's something comes up. Well, you know that. Who has more to prove, the quarterback, wide receiver duos or combinations of Jacksonville or their defensive secondary?
Ooh, I would say defensive secondary, especially going into Friday's game.
Okay. Which happens first, a Jacksonville sack or a Hornet Central 20-yard completion?
Ooh, we'll go with sack.
Okay. White Oak, what's more dangerous, momentum or experience?
Ooh, White Oak has the experience, but I think go with momentum.
All right. Which Viking besides Josh Smith makes the first big play of the game?
And
I would say
I'm not just saying
you
this
got
'cause he's
one
here.
sitting right across the street. Okay.
Or his brother.
Or his brother. Okay. So you could, okay, that's cool. North side, what matters more, getting an early stop on defense or scoring on their first drive?
I would say scoring first drive.
Okay. Who gets to 100 yards first, Anderson, the running back, or the concession stand selling hot dogs?
Let's go with Anderson.
Okay.
If he's healthy. I know he got banged up a little bit, against Havelock.
So
which kind of
So the hot dogs may stand a chance.
yeah.
Okay.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
You tell me there's a chance. Croatan. Does Croatan need a statement win or just a steady one to advance?
Survive in advance. So just steady. I don't think you need to make every playoff game as a statement win.
Okay. Who breaks more tackles Friday night? Andrew Boucher or White Oak's Josh Smith?
Ooh, that's
I can tell you who's going to break more tackles because I've seen him break them.
yeah.
I'm going on with Josh Smith.
Yeah, we'll go with Josh.
All right. Dixon, which side blinks first? Northeast defense or Dixon's tempo?
Ooh, I hate to say it, but I mean, I'm going to give Northeast the edge in this one defensively. So I'm going to go with I think Dixon. Maybe have Dixon, maybe have an early mistake.
Okay. How many broken tackles does he make, or does he cause before JJ gets into the end zone for his first Gatorade shower? Because he's going to get in there. I mean,
He'll score a touchdown.
he'll score a touchdown. So how many tackles
They're
is he
going
going
to eat up that clock. They're going to
Dixon.
Dixon down. I know, Coach. I mean, the two ball games they lost close. The other team had 28 and 31 offensive snaps total.
really?
He's going to eat that clock.
So if you're Dixon's opponent, if you win the coin toss, do you want the ball first?
I would, and try to take a shot right now.
And get him down, and get him behind, get him behind. So how many tackles is he going to break on this touchdown run?
We'll go 7.
Okay. East Duplin. What defines this East Duplin team more? It's discipline or it's depth?
That's a tough one. I think the thing that stands out for East Duplin is Zach Ball has 7 interceptions. So I'm gonna go with them being deep.
Okay. Now this is going to be tough. Now, especially because you got to remember all 5 of these. Rank these 1 to 5, 1 being the largest, and 5 being the smallest, in rushing yards Friday night. I got JJ, I got Josh Smith, I got Pearson from Jacksonville, Boucher, and Anderson, 1 through 5.
Well, you might have you might have had it right in that order.
You think that's the good order?
JJ, Josh, Pearson, because you would think opposing teams were going to start trying to focus on Amari, so that makes everybody else. It may be in that order.
Okay. Rank these 1 to 5 in TDs accounted for. Pearson, Gray, McBride, JJ, or Smith. 1 to 5. 1 being the most accounted for touchdowns, 5 being the least.
Ooh, I would say Smith 1, JJ 2, Pearson 3, and then maybe McBride 4. And then who was the 5th one? Gray.
Probably because he doesn't really run the ball that much, does he?
Well, he runs a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I would maybe put him maybe at 3rd because he'll have a couple of touchdown passes. And
so re-rank them then, bud. You got to rank them for me. So you got Gulat, Smith, Gray, Pearson, McBride.
Gulat 1.
Okay.
We'll go Gray 2, Smith 3, Pearson 4, and then McBride 5.
Okay. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, I didn't realize you were going to put me to work like
I
this.
imagine you're going to have a push on a bunch of them.
I think so too.
You'll have a bunch of 3-score touchdown counted for. I mean, every one of those 10 you named, you know what I mean, the 10 picks, all really good football players.
Yeah,
Just really good football players.
Yeah.
Guys that should have opportunity to be playing at the next level.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, we were talking about it with Coach Kelly Davis earlier, man. this year has been. I don't think it's because I've been doing this show, because I started doing this show and I'm more focused, but I just think there's been an influx of just really good athletes this year, man.
Good quality football in Onslow County.
Yeah.
I wish it was getting recruited harder, and I'm sure every coach in the county would say the same thing. I mean, we shake the scholarship tree as hard as we can, but we really need to get more and more people here.
Yeah. Well, the fun thing is that any other year, and again, I mean, it's not said and done, done and over with. I mean, there's still a lot of football to be played, but any year, Pearson could be area player of the year in a heartbeat. Josh could be area player of the year in a heartbeat. JJ, McBride, I mean Boucher. So we have all these guys that are the best players, and it's just kind of gonna make my job really very difficult.
Oh, no doubt. We did the way the Big Carolina Conference does all conferences. You literally, all the head coaches get together and you vote in the room, make an argument for your guy. And, when you're doing conference player of the year in that league, man, it was difficult. I mean, there's some really good football players, in this area. And, you're drawing straws a little bit, What do you prefer? What do you like? Do you like the home run ball? Do you like passing? It comes down to that a little bit.
Have y'all done that yet?
We have.
Is that where y'all were last week when I was trying? Yeah. So I bet I'd like to have been a fly in the room when that was going.
It was interesting. I was actually really impressed with the fact that coaches, it could turn into a measuring contest a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And it didn't, man. I mean, everybody was pretty realistic, with who was where and what skill sets other teams had. It was actually productive.
That's awesome.
And when it comes to those all conference meetings, there are a lot of people that hold grudges.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
There, well, this kid scored 40 points on me. I don't like him because he or she has bad sportsmanship.
They don't do that, do they?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, all right. So this rapid fire section has been brought to you by Moore Buick Pontiac GMC. It's they're more than just selling cars. It's about serving our community. Right here in Jacksonville, Charles Williamson and his folks are proud to support local schools, charities, and events while helping families find the perfect Buick or GMC to fit their lives. From rugged GMC trucks to luxurious Buick SUVs, you'll find a wide selection backed by friendly service you can trust. Whether you're buying, leasing, or servicing your vehicle, you'll always be treated like family. Moore Buick GMC, driven by community, powered by trust. Visit them today at their location on Highway 17 in Jacksonville or online at morebuickgmc.com. All right, so we're going to get to the interview. Sorry, we had to go through that other stuff. For the first time since 2004, White Oak football has tasted playoff victory. 32-22 road win at Eastern Guilford that ended a 20-year drought and set a tone for a program redefining its identity. Senior leaders like Edric have been central to that resurgence, combining grit, belief, and leadership that mirrors Coach Byrd's message. Keep the faith, play with heart, and embrace the fight. So today we're going to talk with Coach Byrd and Edric about the season's roller coaster ride, what the playoff win means, and when it comes, what comes next for White Oak football. So we're going to do the same thing. I've got questions for both you guys, and I'm going to let him take the rapid fire. So here we go. Some first questions for you, Coach. This year has been full of challenges, tougher conference, some key departures from last season. You went through a 5-game skid at one time before the playoff win. What have you seen from this team in terms of resilience and leadership?
It's been really impressive. I can't, unless you've been involved in it, you really want to understand it. But we've had the bus break down 3 times in that 5-game streak. You know, we got most of the team to D.H. Conley. Not everybody got there till midway through the first quarter, or midway through the second quarter, excuse me. You know, and lose that game by less than 1 score. We actually scored more touchdowns than they did, but the kicker, man, they had a kicker could drill them and put us behind. I mean, we went one point we were down 7 starters in that 5-game stretch, you know, and then I mean, like I think our biggest loss on the year is 28 points or 27 points, something like that. You know, even down that many guys, we're already a thin team.
Yeah,
about 34 players on the varsity. So when you lose 7 guys that are playing for you, it puts you behind. I mean, he missed 2.5 games. Yeah. You know, and so to just keep fighting and keep pushing and pushing and pushing, it just says a lot about the kids. I mean, they're tougher than they appear. I joke all the time that we got a team full of mighty midgets because, you know, all jokes aside, we don't really pass the bus test. You get off the bus and it's like, oh, 5'9", 5'9", 5'9", you know, and that's being generous. And, you know, but when you strap them up and put that mouthpiece in, you better be ready to fight, you know, and you better be ready to go for 4 quarters. You know, it doesn't really matter what the score is. We're going to keep going. And, I mean, that's the way I like it. We're going to play until the whistle blows every snap, until it says zeros. And then we'll take it however it is.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you this, and I'm not just saying it because he's a friend, but teams take on the personalities of the coach. And that's how my man is over there. He coached my nephew, coached him hard like he needed to be coached, made him a better football player, but made him a great person. My nephew is a great person. Yep.
You can make them into good men and good husbands and good employees. You've done your job.
Yeah, and so I'm not saying it because I'm a little biased, but I probably am. They take on the personality of the coach. So Edric, with all the ups and downs this season, man, injuries, new conference, close games, how have you and your teammates stayed motivated and kept pushing forward?
It's really a mindset thing. You know, they all doubt us because of our size and how we look coming up the bus. But if we put our mind to it, we're going to beat you.
Okay.
Straight up.
Bring the mic a little bit closer. And, Coach, tilt it up just a little bit because I want to make sure everybody's hearing everything you guys say. Coach, you called those 4 straight first-round losses in the playoffs a dark cloud.
Oh, man.
What was your message to the guys before Eastern Guilford, and when did you sense they believed it could be different this time?
Honestly, I thought all week in practice we had a realistic shot. I felt like if we showed up and played anywhere close to our real ability, we would be okay. Even in our losses and spurts, we looked really, really good. And so, you know, if we could put it all together, I knew it would be okay. But, you know, we just told them, I said, look, the seniors have earned 4 more quarters. You've got to go give them 4 more quarters. Doesn't matter what grade level you're in, go earn 4 more quarters. You know, and we get to halftime and we're up 2. I'm like, look, you win the second half, you've earned your 4 more quarters. We have to go close this thing out. And, you know, it was really evident. We went 97 yards and 19 plays in the third going into the fourth and just took away their chances.
You had to eat up the clock.
Yeah. I mean, we just kept it from them and just lined up and grinded it down. And then we picked up a couple little screen plays to Edric, and we ended up getting a couple holding penalties on the drive and still converted those. And, when we punched that in, I'm like, okay, all right, we've been here before. We've been up in the fourth quarter in these playoff games. Let's try to stay focused. And, of course, you got some guys, they're starting to feel like, oh, man, we're going to win. I'm like, hey. Not until that thing says zeros.
Nobody.
Not until it says zeros. We have been here before.
Yeah.
And so, my goal was to try to find 4 more quarters for those guys. I mean, they have earned it. They have deserved it. But you know as well as I do, it don't matter what you deserve.
No,
you
but you got to go take it, bud. You got to go snatch
and
it.
they didn't lay down. I mean, they were tough. Quarterback, got a Division I offer. Running back's got a Division I offer. I mean, they're not going to quit. And, we managed to pick him a couple times and slowed down the run game pretty good. And we kept ours in check. We're fortunate enough that, he's back healthy and we have our big play threat on the outside. And so we're going to be as good as, him, Montez, and Josh are going to be. If those 3 are productive, we're tough to defend.
There was a couple times, and I don't know because what number are you, man? 2. There was a couple times in the Jacksonville game, man. Josh threw some balls, and you guys were this close, man, to hooking up. I remember one in the first half down the left-hand side, you had the kid beat from Jacksonville by 3 or 4 steps. And just a little bit out of range, man. I mean,
we went through the Jacksonville film and said, look, give credit where credit's due. Jacksonville's a really good football team. I mean, they're coached well. They're good at every position on the field. There's no major weakness. I said, okay, guys, we can all agree that they're one of the best teams in 6A in the state, right? See the guy wide open right there? Yeah, we don't catch that. See this one wide open right here? Yeah, we didn't catch that. I said, okay, how many points is that? Well, that's 28. All right. Well, in the fourth quarter, we have the ball inside the 30. 28-35. You do the math, guys.
Yep.
It's there.
Yep.
We just got to execute better. And kudos to Jacksonville, man. They run that veer option better than anybody I've seen in a long time. And so to be able to stop that, that's saying something. It's difficult to do. But that game was way closer than that score indicated.
So totally off script. What's harder to stop, the veer option that they run or the single wing?
Two different styles. One's a mentality, buddy. You better be ready for a knife fight in a phone booth against that single wing. Yeah. And then, man, Jacksonville has so much speed. Man.
Which one requires more discipline on defense? The single wing?
Honestly, probably because of the smoke and mirrors. And so, coach undersells it, man. They tight end tackle exchange. I mean, they shift and move. And if you're not really well coached, it's hard to defend that. Jacksonville, they're not going to hide from it.
No,
they're going to be twins open. Here it comes.
Yeah, they're just going to come at you, right?
So both are really difficult because you can't simulate them in practice. Yeah. That's what makes it so hard, and that's, Jacksonville can clip off some really good wins here in the playoffs because nobody's going to be able to simulate what they do.
Mm-hmm. Now, as an offensive lineman, would you have loved to have blocked in the single wing?
I would have, but I like the veer too. We run a variation of the veer, kind of something that I've modified over the years, and it's really fun having a sprint at the linebacker who's staring in the backfield. I mean, that's, but I mean, both would be a blast. I'm a man versus man, let's line up and get after it kind of guy. So
a pancake's a pancake.
That's right.
Truth.
So Beth Harrell says, "Small but mighty, they never give up." So that's a great compliment from her. Edric, 4 catches, 85 yards that night in the playoff game. What clicked for you on the offensive end, and how would you describe the energy in the locker room afterwards?
After my first drop, I locked in.
So I didn't know you dropped the ball, but I appreciate you telling me that.
I locked in.
Did you lock in? Did you hear it from the sidelines a little bit after you dropped the ball?
No, not really.
Okay.
Head, though, a lot.
That's good. Okay. Well, that's good. Accountability on yourself, self-accountability, right?
Yes, sir. After the locker room, phones out, jumping up and down, screaming, all of it. And then we had to clean up. Coach Bird's yelling at us.
Gotta make sure the locker room's clean.
That's exactly right. So, Coach, playoff win, Eastern Guilford was to me. This is just me personally now. Was validation that the Big Carolina 6A, 7A, if it's not the toughest conference in the state, is one of the toughest.
Oh, absolutely. From top to bottom, I mean, the conference is really good. I mean, look at every game matchup. Nobody's getting from the first team to the last team in the league. Nobody's getting blown out. Every game's competitive. You know, and it's a bar fight every game.
Yep.
You know, just call it like it is. You better be ready to play, where anybody can beat you on any given night. You know, and that's, you know, with the exception of Jacksonville, we were leading every game in that stretch.
That's yeah.
And even then, it was 14-8. I was on the Jacksonville sideline. It was 14-8. Y'all scored and had a
perfect
stop.
onside kick.
Yeah, had a stop. Had the ball, and let's just say the vibe on the Jacksonville sideline at that moment was, okay, White Oak came to play. So I mean, again, credit Cardinals for doing what they, for pulling away, but they realized that they had to, play hard if they were going to pull away from you guys.
They did a great job. They swung the momentum right before halftime.
Yeah.
Right before half.
Right, yeah.
That's
exactly
that
right.
hurts.
They scored. You guys went 3 and out, punted. They had a punt return down close. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And
I was on the sidelines with him, rubbing down side.
Well-executed teams,
Yeah.
they do that. They swing that momentum, like
Yeah.
we've talked about, and makes it difficult, and it put us too far behind to do what we like to do.
But let me let me talk. You answered my question, but I want to ask you this. So, you made the comment though that with that tough conference, that your team believes they can play with anybody.
Correct.
How much of that confidence comes from the seniors' mindsets and the adversity that they've overcome throughout the season, and how has that helped shape your team's culture?
And I say this often, and I don't mean it as a joke, but we're in 14 points in the fourth quarter. Hold your horses. We were down.
That's
we were down
right.
14
Yeah.
with 3 minutes and some change left against Kinston. Mm-hmm. Drive down, score.
That's you're leading right into my next question for my man, but
so,
go ahead.
That point was, look, guys, it don't matter. As long as we got a shot, we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep punching. And I guess it was the Conley radio guy. He made his comment. I'm like, I never thought about it, but he's right. He's like, you guys are like a Rocky movie. You get punched in the face and just keep fighting forward. And that's the truth, man. We figured out that we've got some guys that have no quit in them. And so you give us a window, we're going to come back crashing through it. And, if you're going to beat us, you better beat us.
You better beat us. So Joshua Gillum says the Vikings coaches and players are some of the best I've seen in Eastern Carolina. And then I think he's one of your assistant coaches, Herman Canada.
Nah, it's just a friend of mine.
Just a friend of yours. Iron sharpens iron.
And that's the truth. The league is tough.
Yeah.
The league is tough top to bottom, really well coached. D.H. Conley's a prime example. Athlete for athlete, maybe not the best athletes out of the whole bunch, but, man, they are so well coached.
Are they?
Yes, sir. They do a fantastic job. And, we had a really good game plan going against them. We used what they try to do to our advantage, and we kind of checked all of our plays as soon as they moved and did some things. And, he had a monster night. He doesn't give himself enough credit. He also plays our strong safety outside backer. He doesn't come off the field.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally playing 6 guys
That
hardly comes off the field.
I understand.
In one of the toughest leagues in Eastern
yeah.
North Carolina. So now that the weather's a little colder and we're a little healthy, it makes it a little more
It
difficult.
makes maybe we won't do some cramping up so much. Maybe we won't get some
And
cramp.
shout out to Herman because he's been a big help to me this year, texting me those updates.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah, so, Herman, if you're still listening, thank you so much again for all your help.
He's a great guy with high school athletics. Really cares about the kids. He's a lifetime band parent, been around forever.
Nice.
He's a good dude.
All right, man. Kinston, scoop and score, 50 yards out for the win. I'm just going to say that play is going to be remembered for a long, long time. What was going through your head, man, when it all went down?
Without the foul language.
Yeah, well, you can look, man. This is YouTube. You can use foul language, but I mean, I ain't gonna make you. I ain't gonna be the one telling you that you got to run sprints today if you say it, right?
So Coach Byrd, right before we got on the field, he said they're gonna do a trick play. So keep y'all heads on a swivel. So as soon as they snapped the ball, seen the receiver go across the middle, follow him. Then as soon as he pitched it, he didn't even touch the ball yet. The ball came out, and Elliot, my young bird, takes him out. I see the ball on the ground. I'm like, oh my God. I pick it up. I see nobody. Clear grass. I'm like, oh my God. I pick it up. It starts running. And just touchdown. Just go crazy.
So let me ask you this. If you were, and I'll go back to my playing days, 6'3", 275. If that was me, was there anything going through your mind? You probably run a 40 or what at about 4.5. Okay, if you were 6'3", 275, you count to 40 in days, right? So was there any thoughts in your mind? Don't let nobody walk me down from behind. Was it?
As soon as I picked it up, I'm like, I'm not trying to go to overtime at all. Let me just finish the game out. As soon as I pick it up, see your clear last, just go.
Okay, all right. That's awesome. That's awesome, man.
It was a big play, and it really helped change the trajectory of our season.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
You know, it was a one of those momentum swings. We're back to word momentum, where okay, we can do this.
And the big thing is that, of course, the season, you're never, you talk about that 14 points in the fourth quarter. You're never out of a game.
I think we scored 28 in the fourth quarter and 14 with 3 minutes.
How many do you know? Do you happen to know, or you might know, how many onside kicks y'all kicked this year?
On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose.
One.
Oh, one okay, only one on purpose.
Yeah, the two that we've gotten this year were both on accident.
Oh, were they?
Yep. Our kicker got hurt. A soccer player,
Yeah.
Rocky Vincent. And so at Rose, we have an offensive lineman, Jane Wiener. He's just lining up to tow the ball down the field and drills it, and the kid turns and runs too soon, hits him right in the butt, and bounces right back to us. And then, Friday night, it's the opening kickoff. We're just squibbing it, and Rocky drills it, and it hits the kid right in the chest and bounces back. So we've recovered two accidental
onside kicks.
And
Again,
one that we did on purpose.
Rather be lucky, man.
Absolutely beautiful at Jacksonville, and it goes right through our hands.
And I have seen more teams this year. I've seen more field goals, but I've seen more kickoffs this year, kind of that directional kickoff, and kind of see if you can, pooch kickoffs.
Yep.
Northside does a good job with it, but I've seen more of those this year than any other year.
Interesting. All right, Coach. As a former White Oak player who reached the third round in 2000, how meaningful is this to you now and to coach a team that's knocking on the door, man?
So when I first started coaching, I never wanted to be a head coach.
Yeah, I remember you telling us that.
I never wanted to be a head coach. I just wanted to be an O-line coach, and then, I blame Bob Blick for this. He made me be the defensive coordinator. And then, I really enjoyed that. And then, the thought of being a head coach kind of runs through my head, but it never worked out, and I was okay with that. But the only place I ever wanted to be a head coach at
was White Oak High School.
I didn't want to be a head coach anywhere else. I really just didn't have the drive to do that. The community means a lot to me. The people mean a lot to me. I coach guys that I grew up with, kids.
Yep.
And so it was a big deal, and it means a lot to me for the kids to find success. I will not sugarcoat it. I'm very demanding. Okay, I expect a lot out of my kids. I hold them to a standard. He and I have had it out more than one occasion. I'm okay with that because they're teenagers. They got to learn. They got to grow. They got to do.
That's part of being a teenager, man.
And it just means a lot. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the kids. For the most part, we've kept this entire coaching staff together since I took over this program. We've lost a guy or two here and there. Actually, one of my former assistants, Mike Justice, he played with your nephew.
Yeah.
He is the head coach of Franklinton High School.
Oh, nice.
But he left because, got him a really good job and eventually become the head coach there, who also won in the first round, this year. So it's important to me. It's important to me to leave something behind for the next guy. I don't know how long I'm going to do this. Yep. It's very demanding. I haven't had a day off since the middle of July, and I'm not exaggerating. Monday through Sunday.
I hope that it's going to be a while before I walk into a White Oak basketball game and see you sitting down.
Me too.
Or running the clock. How about that?
Me too. We're my goal is to keep extending it. But we told the kids this: a regular season record means
nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Line up Friday night. Do what you can do, and let them fall.
Yeah, I said last week, everybody starts 0-0. It's 0-0.
You know, and that's very cliche, right? Like, you know, everybody says that, but it's the truth.
It's the truth, man.
You know, nobody cares. You can't rest on your previous stuff. I mean, It doesn't matter. You know, we're going to line up. We're going to play football. And if you can stop those three guys, you're probably going to stop us. But if you can't,
good luck.
you're in for a long night.
All right, man, I got some questions for you now. And this isn't the rapid fire. So you had a fantastic year, 519 receiving yards, the most by a Viking since 2003.
That I can find.
That you can find.
Maybe further back. than
Okay,
that, but,
okay.
You know, record keeping in the early 2000s, there's nothing.
Yeah, he would call me all the time saying about track and field stuff. He's like, "Man, how far did you throw the discus when you know and stuff like that?"
You threw the discus?
I threw the discus and
I
shot
thought you
put.
ran the 100.
Yeah, I did the hurdles and high jump. Yeah,
And he did beat me.
yeah. 9 touchdowns, 5 offensive and 4. I mean, obviously the scoop, and then what? Special teams, maybe.
Punt return.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But what do you hope your teammates, besides your stats, man? Okay, stats are great. What do you hope your teammates remember most about you when you graduate?
How I faced adversity. Like, before the season, I broke my arm.
Yeah.
I thought I was done. Like, I didn't feel like I was going to play no more. I was in a bad state of mind, but as I healed, I got better and continued to get better. Especially after the Northside loss, I stepped up as a captain, as a leader, and to help my team out. So,
Get closer to the mic because I want everybody to hear exactly. If you got to pull it back, I want everybody to hear what you got to say.
I want them to know that, like, you got to go through adversity. You have to face adversity and overcome it.
Cool.
You know, it's going to happen, whether later or now. It's going to happen. So
This year, you got to share the field with your brother. You said Elliot. I think his name's Elliot. What was that experience like, both in competing and then those post-game moments that guys may have had? Football didn't end when you left the field, I'm sure, did it? But talk about on the field and then talk about off the field.
So in practice, I always sound better than him every time we compete in practice, all the time, all the time. And during games, I talk to him, like, one-on-one moments with him all the time to get him in that mindset to, like, you know, nobody's better than you. It's all just up here. It's all up here.
And he plays this. Y'all both play wide receiver, and you both play defense. I mean, you play strong safety or the linebacker.
Yeah.
Is he a
corner.
He's a corner.
Yeah.
So in addition to everything else you're doing on the field,
So
you're talking to your brother too at the same time.
yeah,
That's awesome, man. So talk about when you get home on the ride home, or when you get home on Saturdays and stuff like that. Are y'all recapping the game, or you?
when he drops passes, I let him know. When he lets up a deep pass, I let him know.
I didn't ask this question. How big a harder time did you give him for dropping that touchdown pass against Jacksonville?
Oh yeah, I let him know. I let him know. He be getting so mad, but it's all love.
So what happens when you drop a pass? We don't want to.
We're not going to talk about that. So Herman also says, it means a lot to Coach Byrd. One of my best White Oak memories, besides kids in band, was when I heard you got the job, the head coaching job. So
Yeah, nobody put low expectations on that, did they? Good gosh, man. Like, he's going to turn it all around. Give it time, guys. Give it time.
Well, I remember when you were named, you met up with suit and tie. I think that was the first time I ever saw you looked that nice in a suit and tie, and met the guys in the gym.
Chris knew the jig was up because I was at a basketball game like a few days prior, and he was like, "Why are you here?" I said, "Chris, I can't answer that." He was like, "Just call me when it's done."
So Edric, with all you've achieved, man, what's next for you, on and off the field? What's plans?
So after high school, I want to attend a university.
Okay.
Play college ball, of course. If not, my dad used to weld, so I want to go into welding.
Okay. All right. Have you thought about what schools? I mean, has visits started occurring yet? Are you going to address that, focus on that when the seasons end, or what?
Recruiting's been hard because couldn't go to camps.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking after the season, I get more interest in college.
Yeah.
Well, it's that time of year. You're starting to get those phone calls and getting those invites, and that's the thing about smaller schools is they don't have the recruiting budget that everybody else has. So it's up, call a spade a spade. It's up to your head coach.
Yep.
To try to get your film in as many people's hands as possible. back in the day, everything was DVD'd or VHS. Now, you do have Huddle. And so he's done a good job with the whole Twitter world where, a lot of this takes place. And you're starting to get those phone calls. And like I said, we don't pass the bus test, but our kids can play. So if I get you to watch the film for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's just a matter of them watching. And I would just say this, off script, of course, like I normally do. It's changed so much. The positive thing is it's easier to get your stuff out there, Huddle. But with this NIL and transfer portal, man, it's so tough
it
now.
is. And even now, some of your Division I kids end up at FCS. FCS kids end up at Division II, and they stay there for 2 years.
It's just a filter. It's just a filter, man.
It's turned into minor league baseball.
Yeah,
unfortunately, and college recruiters, they'll tell you the truth most of the time that they're going to take X number of high school players.
Yeah.
It's a low number in comparison to where it used to be. And so you got to make sure everything's right. Got to make sure GPA is right. Got to make sure the film's right. Got to make sure your personality is right. And people don't understand that. And we teach the kids that it doesn't matter if it's not your dream school. When they walk in the door, it better be.
It's your dream school for that moment, bud. And so let me just tell you a couple of things. And Coach has already told you. And I know because he mentioned Twitter. The coaches go back and look. They type in your name, whether it's on Facebook, because don't many kids have Facebook, but whether it's Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, they notice that, and that's a determined, because you got a bunch of kids that can play football.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you don't want to roll the dice on somebody from the grades perspective and the character perspective. And I know he's told you that, hands down. And the other thing that I'll just say is we talked to Kevin Till when we talked to him in a Swansboro quarterback. There's a place for everybody who wants to. If you want to play football in college, there's a place for you, man. You just got to figure out where it is. Would you agree with that, Coach?
I'm a product of that. I'm a 5'10" offensive lineman. Not a lot of people recruit a 5'10" offensive lineman. So, I had multiple places I could have went. And, I ended up at Methodist because I felt like I could play there early, and that was important to me. If I wanted to be a career backup, I could have went to App State or ECU and probably maybe never stepped on the field. Who knows how that plays out. But for me, what was important was I wanted to get on the field. And a small school was important to me. I needed a class with 20 kids. If you give me the freedom at 18 years old, no, I would not have done well. I'd have been back at home. My mom would be beating me, because I would not have been successful. So, there's a place for everybody.
There's a place
Absolutely.
for everybody, man.
If you're willing to work, listen, and be coachable, someone will take you.
All right. You ready for rapid fire?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Favorite pregame hype song?
Dreams and Nightmares, Meek Mill.
With who? By who?
Meek Mill.
Okay, so that's better than Fantasia.
Yeah.
Yes.
That Josh, we're
But
still
that
giving
Josh,
Way better.
yeah, I still comment on that every time I ask that question.
But that is Josh.
That is Josh. Okay. Your go-to pregame meal?
Bojangles.
Bojangles. I kind of love it. Toughest opponent you faced this season?
Tyree Copper.
And who did he play for?
Kinston.
Okay.
Got-
That's the kid, the wide receiver?
Yeah, it's going to NC State.
NC State, yeah.
1,600 receiving yards
Wow.
this year, something insane.
If you could only play one, which one would it be? Wide receiver or defensive back / linebacker?
Receiver.
Okay. One play that's called in the huddle or at the line. I don't know how you call plays, so I put the huddle on the line. That makes you think, yeah, that's me. I'm about to eat.
Rabbit River.
Rabbit River. Okay. I'm not going to ask you what the play is. So,
It's
because
sprint press, right?
okay. If you weren't playing football, what sport would you be playing instead?
Track.
Yeah, you run indoor and outdoor track, correct? You don't throw the shot put or discus, you run. Okay. Funniest guy in the locker room.
Elin Perez.
And what position he play?
Middle linebacker.
Okay. Dream college to visit or one that you've already visited through recruiting? LSU. What's one thing most people don't know about you off the field? This one stumps them.
Yeah,
The kid from Jacksonville, was it Moses?
Blake Moses.
Blake Moses said he liked to cook. He said something like that. We stumped JJ a minute ago. Anything that you would want folks to know that they may not know about you?
No, I don't know.
Okay. One word to describe White Oak football.
Family.
One word to describe White Oak football. intense. All right. Questions for Edric or for Coach?
Do you have any funny stories about Coach Byrd?
That can be told.
Before the playoff game, put the shicey on, started headbutting everybody.
I'm an intense guy.
That's, hey, man, I, again, would expect nothing different from him.
I can tell you my time will be up when I can no longer do those things.
Well, you know, I retired in May from after 35 years. You know your time will be up when you no longer do those things, or you no longer want to do those
Correct.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the will to ever coach and hold these kids accountable leaves me, that'll be the time.
That'll be the time. That'll be the time that you will tell yourself, "Hey, man, I need to do something different."
The landscape of coaching changes often.
Yeah.
You know, players, situations. You can't get hung up on that. You know, if you get hung up on wins and losses, this makes it real difficult as a coach. If you get hung up on the personalities and the growth you do with those kids, wins and losses will take care of themselves.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, I'm just admiring Bird's beard.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Again, safe travels Friday night. Good luck. We'll be following. Are you're staying local, so
Yeah,
we'll have Herman keeping us up to date with the scores, hopefully. But again, good luck, man. I'm as a White Oak Viking alum, and he's also a Viking alum. It's great to see just things, the many positive things that you're doing, and I'm not relating the positive things to wins and losses.
Absolutely, and we're blessed. I've been blessed to coach some really talented kids. Have support from top to bottom. You know, I mean, Chris Grimes is as good as can be to help me as an athletic director. I mean, even though he's mad right now that half his basketball team still played football. You know,
Yeah, I think he said he had 9 players that were still.
1 or 2 are already hurt, so he's down to like 7 guys. And 1 or 2 of those might not still be on the team. You know, when all the athletes finally make it out.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I got a principal that, you know, when I come to her and said, look, we need to take a charter bus, like it's too far, you know, that's going to hurt us from trying to win this football game.
Yeah.
And no questions asked, we'll figure it out, call and figure it out.
That's awesome.
You know, it's nice to have the support and from the community, you know. We always, we never go without.
Yeah.
I can pick up the phone and find what we need or how to do it. You know,
I know personally, I call you about once every 2 or 3 weeks and say you need anything, and you never need anything, probably because you already got taken care of.
It's not the wealthiest area in the world, but
Yeah.
people are willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and it shows with our kids. You know, they're willing to sacrifice too. And, you know, I try never to let them think that, you know, they're not cared about or loved, but they're going to be held accountable.
Oh, absolutely. There's conditions. There's conditions. Most definitely. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, another fun show, and I'm glad people are supporting the show and sponsors. Thank you.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm getting ready to thank them right now. Yeah. So that's going to wrap it up for the Down East Prep Report with Chris Miller, brought to you by Marine Federal Credit Union. A big thank you to our special guests, Coach Davis and JJ, and of course Coach Byrd and Edric. Thank you guys, man. Great conversation. And of course, Mr. Miller, thank you for your recaps and your first round playoff matchup prediction. I hope you're wrong on a couple of them, and if you are, then that's okay, right?
Yeah, that,
it is what it is.
More, if I'm wrong, then more to talk about next week.
That's exactly right. So again, thanks our show sponsor, Marine Federal Credit Union, where you're more than just a member, you're part of a community. Visit marinefederal.org to learn more and discover how Marine Federal Credit Union can help you build a better financial future. So quick plug for Man Cave Media Network. And tune in Sunday at 6 p.m. for me and the boys on the 2 Men and a Six Pack Sports Podcast, where we'll be recapping Friday night's football results from the high school state playoffs. We'll also be potentially giving you an update on the boys soccer playoffs. We have one local soccer team that's still playing. They play tomorrow night, Thursday night, and my big dog is coming into the screen. How about that? Jacksonville High School, the number 2 seed in the East 6A region, is hosting number 3 seed East Chapel Hill High School tomorrow night. And we'll also be talking on 2 Minute Six Pack, college football brackets, our picks for studs and duds of the week. We pick studs and duds. Many times it's been high school coaches and athletes that we've
That are the studs.
that are the studs. Yeah, not duds. Next week, same time, same location. We're here to give you a full recap of the second round of the playoff action. We'll be giving you the player of the week. That's brought to you by Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, and we'll preview the third round because we know we're going to have some teams in it. I know. So for Chris Miller, I'm Steve Goodson. Thank you for listening, and we will see you Friday night underneath the lights.